We're back to the Neil Haley Show on the Stefan Devereaux celebrity segment. And I'm excited to welcome to the program first the co-host of this. And this is the first time we've done a segment in years, but he is my media mentor for everyone to know. He's the one that taught me when I was a professional wrestler how to produce TV, how to do radio. And then years later, after 11 years, we're back, but we did some stuff in radio before. Stefan Devereaux, aka we'll say Devereaux. What do you want me to call you, Aaron Lester? How do you want me to call you?
Hey, you can call me Stefan Devereaux. I think it will be a little bit easier.
And I think it'll be better, Stefan Devereaux or Devereaux. And
Yeah.
so again, Angry Kids 24/7, professional wrestling manager extraordinaire. And I will introduce our guest. But what we want to do in the theme of this show is really bring stories that are unbelievable stories about the life that you grew up in too, Stefan, in so many ways. And Stefan's a rapper, by the way, Jimmy. So I'm excited to welcome the program.
Okay.
He, again, came from death row that led him to music. And we're going to learn the whole story today and his two songs. Jimmy Dennis, Jimmy, thanks for stopping by. And, you know, man, when you think about it, you know, putting to be in this journey, I cannot wait to learn this story. But Jimmy, thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you for having me, Neil. And it's a pleasure to be here with you and Aaron today. And I appreciate it so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Your story is just unbelievable, and we want to definitely highlight it. So I'll let Stefan ask the first question / Aaron, but we'll call it Devereaux, whatever we want to do it. He wants to play his rap game, and you guys will have to kind of collaborate at one point in time with his music end of his stuff. But go ahead, Aaron, with your first question.
Okay. I want to thank you for being on the show first and foremost. Now, I mean, you got a fascinating story. But what made you go the route of music to tell that story instead of movies? Because I mean, I was checking your story out, and it could really be a motion picture. Or is that in the works?
I'll just say I've been being talked to.
Okay.
Number one, but the music thing is, I was doing music before I was stolen away for 25.5 years on death row. So before I was stolen away, I had a singing group called Sensation. We had interest from labels and music executives up until the time that I was stolen away. So me coming home, getting back into music was just a natural progression, because the one thing you can never do in life, no matter who you are, is to allow somebody to destroy and steal your dreams from you.
And that's so key. And your dreams did kind of get stolen away when you were performing. How did you end up on death row? Kind of give us that point. Yeah.
So a crime took place in Philadelphia in 1991. Young lady was killed by the name of Shadell Ray Williams for a pair of gold earrings. And the city went about trying to lock somebody up for this heinous, horrible crime. And over a month later, my life was stolen away. I didn't have a criminal record. I didn't have a significant criminal history of any kind. And my life was just destroyed. And that's where it started at. You know, it's hard to comprehend. It's hard to really explain to everybody how things really unfurled. But people in the neighborhood who were jealous of me spreaded rumors and lies about me. And then the police didn't do their jobs. And then my life was stolen away. And I did exactly what you and everybody, all your listeners, would say an innocent person is supposed to do, right? When you hear your name in any type of wrongdoing, you go down to the police station, you ask them, do they want to speak to you? They said no. And then a month later, my life was destroyed.
Man. Well, I'm going to do a lighter note here, all right, man, because that was heavy. I'm not going to lie, that was heavy. But you said you got your start in 1991, and what was the name of your group again?
The name of my group was called Sensation, and we had been we had been singing since we were kids, since we was, I've been performing throughout Philadelphia, doing various talent shows and shows since I was 12 years old. Started in elementary school and played a lot of top spots in Philly before I was stolen away, like, the Civic Center, the Uptown Theater where, all the greats had performed. And, me and my group had won a lot of talent shows. So we were up and coming. And there was a lot of buzz around us before I was stolen away.
Wow. Wow. And what type of music is it, Jimmy?
It's R&B music. It's R&B soul music, The latest single I have out now is an inspirational song for what we all went through this past year and what we still dealing with now.
Man. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that. I got a couple questions about that track, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's Tears this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I make R&B music, but I can make anything. But I'm an R&B artist, but I can write or make any kind of music, but I'm an R&B artist, R&B soul.
So you write and produce your own music as well?
Yes, I write. Everything you listen to from me is my pen. The music is by me, and I have a producer. I have two great producers by the name of Michael Boykins. He's a great producer. He worked on the last 3 records. And Daryl, Piano Man Marshall, who both of these people are nothing to sneeze at, because if I tell you their resume, you'll be smiling. Just know that a lot of music that you done heard from groups that you may be familiar with, like Ted Riley and Blackstreet,
Yes.
Daryl Piano Man Marshall records. So that's definitely who you hear playing on mine. Michael Boykins has worked with some of the biggest names in music, like Boyz II Men, Wanye Morris, and so on and so forth. So these cats are the truth, and I'm just glad that they're in my camp, and we make a beautiful gumbo together. But everything you hear from top to bottom, I write, and they write as well. So it's a thing, yeah.
I'll say this. You're from Philadelphia, and you know the history, the music history in Philadelphia. Does it add to the pressure of making sure that your music is heard like the past? I mean, because you know the history, the Philadelphia music history. Come on, does it add to that pressure though? I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, you got some good stuff, and I didn't know you were from Philadelphia until I did my research, and I said, okay, I get it.
Listen. There's nothing about Philadelphia music scene that I don't love, that I feel as though there's times I feel as though, because a lot of musicians get plucked from here and go play for so many famous people in the business.
Yes.
But yes, it is for me, I always feel that. There's a bar that's been set by so many of the greats, whether it's Teddy Pendergrass, Harold Melvin and Blue Notes, Patti LaBelle, Boyz II Men, Jasmine Sullivan is it? Woo! Oh, Music Soul Child, and you Stylistics, and so many of the greats, that they came here, been here. So yes, I feel that all the time.
That is
to make
awesome.
a great record.
So we're going to do this in the way I'm trying to keep the time going, and we have a great interview. We're going to play your first song that was sent, and Hate the Skin I'm In, and tell us a little bit about it really quickly, and then we're going to play that song.
Well, I released Hate the Skin I'm In on August 28th of last year, the same day that Dr. King gave his speech, I Have a Dream speech in Washington. And because of all the division in the country, I wanted to write something to let people know that even though Black people, we are being, hurt and persecuted and killed, and there's so much hate, that we are still a beautiful, resilient race of people. And I wanted to speak to that fact, and just encourage people to move forward in a positive mind frame and in a positive way.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and play that. And this reminds me back of the days of the Devereaux Committee, right? Let's go ahead and play that. Yeah. Go ahead and play that clip, and we'll come right back.
I am one of the people who built the country. Until this moment, there is scarcely any hope for the American dream. because the people who are denied participation in it, by their very presence, will wreck it.
You wish to stay in the Cro-Magnon state. Change disarms you of your privilege. You fear me even when I don't seek to harm you. 'Cause you hate the skin I'm in. Hate the skin I'm in. You hate my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black skin. 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 Don't wanna move the needle. You'd rather keep us in this place. A systematic state. No more praying, begging, pleading, I'm telling you. 'Cause you hate the skin of me. Hate my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black skin. 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 My, you hate my beautiful. You hate my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black skin. 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 I love my beautiful, 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 beautiful black skin. Love my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black skin. Love my beautiful, nothing you could ever do can take away beautiful black skin. Love my beautiful, 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 beautiful black skin.
All right, Stefan, I tell you that. What'd you think?
I like the song, and I'm going to get my questions ready here because I like the song. Now, to me, it was different. And see, now that I know your story, I understand it now. I understand that you know, from where you're coming from and so forth. But like, what was the motivation behind that song? Could you please tell the audience, because it will be hard. It will be easy for me to explain, but I would rather you tell the audience.
So with the situation of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd this year, and so many countless others that have perished in this country at the hands of the police, at the hands of hate, right? And seeing what was going on in the country and people trying to water down the truth, you know?
Right.
I wanted to speak to the fact that we see you, we know who you are, and we know that you hate us. But at the very same time, right, we a beautiful race of people, we are a resilient race of people, and that we're going to get through this difficult time, and that although you hate us, we love who we are. We have contributed so much to this country. It's not even a question. The mere fact that the hate and the vitriol and the division has been ratcheted up the way it has in this country, and that we haven't moved past it in all this time, it's sad. But I wanted to speak to that, and at the same time, I wanted to let all people know that we're a beautiful race of people, and that you should, you know, and that we love ourselves. No matter what we endure, we still going to move on in a positive way, and we resilient, and we're going to overcome this thing that we're going through right now.
And look, real quick, Neil. The one thing I will say is, her now. You said, is that the name of the song?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
your first single? Your
yes,
first solo, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now look, now I heard that song, and then when I heard I'm trying to get it right. Hate the skin I am in. I sat back and I said, okay, now dude's versatile. And when you said that earlier that you could do, whatever you need to do, pretty much, yeah, you proved it with those two songs and the new one that you're about to that the fans are about to hear soon today as
Yeah, we're
well.
going to do that a little bit later in this interview, but I think that the
Thank you
key,
too, Aaron.
Oh, I appreciate
you're,
no.
so he is a music, and we're working on working with a potential record label type thing. What we'll be announcing. That's why again we brought this show on with a rapper in Pittsburgh, and we'll announce that in a couple of weeks on the show. Right, right,
Yes,
right, Stefan. So
yes.
who knows what's happening and how we can collaborate. But that was not even this. I just picked the story for Stefan because this is the fact. But let's just kind of take you back because this is where I want to go, and then we'll go into the next song. You know, you get off death row, they let
Right.
you go in, say, okay, I was innocent. Now it's time to rebuild. Now, music was the most important thing.
Mhm.
Did the publicity help you to get the music back, or did you have to just kind of start from the ground up?
No, I literally started from the ground up. The publicity or anything that I was getting, the truth of the matter is I wasn't interested in that type of publicity. Even though I've been my innocence has been proven, so on and so forth, right? I really just would like to, focus on the music and let the music speak for itself because this is something that I always wanted to do and I was born to do. It literally runs in my family. My dad was a musician, my aunt was a musician. There are famous people that my dad and aunt played for and sung on background records for. So it's in my lineage. And so my childhood friend, Gwen Jackson, who's the COO of my label, Saint Hood, she had everything ready for me when I came home. And I
That's
went
awesome.
right into the studio and, had to get the rust off and and all that, and
Exactly.
then I went about trying to um, get back into it. And then I just dove straight into it and just started creating again. And I haven't looked back since.
And
Oh,
that's
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 awesome.
that's it's great. And then if it was you didn't try to make a publicity of you being innocent before and not guilty, to put it out there and use that, you want to let the music speak for itself, Jane.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
I think
right.
it's fantastic because you again could have a movie made about your story.
Yeah.
So that's probably in the works. You got to get the right team and agent and get the right deal. Writing a book too, is that in the process of thinking of writing a book?
Yeah, that's been in the process. I've talked to a lot of major people since I came home. I'll just say that I've talked to a lot of major people and still talking to people. Everything has to be right. Everything. Anything that I do has to be right from a standpoint of business wise.
So
That's
That's all.
awesome.
I think we should go ahead and play that next song. It's a perfect segue away from the stuff that Jimmy wants to look at and say, well, I want my music to speak for itself, and that's what
Yes,
Aaron
let it.
believe it. And so let's
Yes.
go ahead with your latest song, Tears This Year. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit what Tears This Year is about.
Well, we've all just got finished living through 2020.
Oh yes, oh yes.
2021 isn't shaping up to be.
No, not at the
It's,
beginning, not yesterday for sure.
it's a little iffy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wanted to write a song to let everybody know that we gonna make it. At the end of the day,
Yes.
no matter what we going through, listen, life isn't this fairy tale where every single day is going to be perfect. We're going to have trials. We're going to go through phases. We're going to have our moments and go through tribulations. But we can make it through as an entirety of the world, of this country. We can make it through, and that we're going to make it. And I wanted to write an inspirational song to speak through that. And I know that we all lost people close to us, people we know, and people that we can't imagine that's gone. And we all hurt in many different ways. So I want to speak to that.
Awesome, man.
All right.
You got to play that song.
Oh, so we'll play that song. And this is, again, reminds me of the Devereaux Committee. Let's go ahead and play that clip, and we'll be right
We
back.
need a top 10
You gotta
next
watch.
time.
You guess Jimmy's got to watch our days when Aaron and I had hair, or I lost my hair on the show, but I was going bald. I was going bald before Stefan and I. And Stefan's a young 19, 20-year-old wrestling manager when I was this big. I'm a legitimate 6'10", Jimmy, but I was a little bit more buff than 25 years ago. But let's go ahead and play this new song, and let's check it out.
Nothing ever roundabouts, always there to be found. Never once let you down. I was there for you, for you. You said you love me, honest and true. You said you love me. You said you love me, honest and true. You said you love me, I'll be there for you. Promises that were made in the end, you changed. Nothing but rags in my soul, but I still remain for you. Tunnel through the heartache. My life was yours to take. Nothing in the world I would never give. For you, I give it to you, my love. For you, you said you love me, honest and true. You said you love me. I'll be there for you. You said you love me, honest and true. You said you love me, I'll be there for you.
Stefan, we're back again. Should I call it the Devereaux Committee? But it's not. Again, it's the Stefan Devereaux Celebrity segment. What did you think of it?
I thought it was awesome, but here's my thing. Like, what is your most challenging part when you're creating a song? Because you create some heavy stuff. I mean, let's be real. But what's the most challenging part for you?
I don't know, man. I to be perfectly honest with you, I write a lot of songs, right? And music just flows from me because it's truly in my DNA. Like, after I leave this interview, I'm going to a studio session. And within any given day, I'm writing 5 to 6 songs. So I have a lot to say that I want people to hear. And I guess the most challenging thing would be there's not enough time in the day to record all the music that I'm trying to record. And being that my life was stolen away for such a long time, I feel like I'm racing against time a lot.
And also think about it like this. Okay, so you get on a roll and then COVID hits. Like, how are you dealing with
Yes,
that? I
yeah,
mean, you gotta put.
yeah,
I mean, that gotta be weighing on
yeah.
you too.
Because we were on a nice little roll. We had a lot of good things coming up. And then it hit, and you gotta slow down, and so you gotta change how you work in the studio.
Yeah,
So I'm actually working from home, and I'm doing a Zoom with the studio session. And then what we do is I go in and I record, and we got on masks. I only take off the mask. I got on gloves, everything. When I get in the booth, everything got to be wiped down. Then I'm with just the producer,
yeah.
no engineer, no nothing, because Michael Boykins, he's a one-man show. He could do it all. And me and him will sit there and go step by step. And it's our new process. So it's different, but what I tell people dealing with the COVID situation is keep a positive frame of mind. Turn your living room into your gym, or turn it into a discotheque or
Yeah.
club, whatever you want. Play Jay-Z, play Bruce Springsteen, play Fleetwood Mac, play Beyonce, Adele, whatever you like, play it and dance and be happy. And let's just try to get through this pandemic.
Most
But it's been a
definitely.
little difficult though, yeah.
Most
And that's the
definitely.
thing. It's Zoom. I didn't even do Zooms till the pandemic, and then I had a television show that I go to television studio in Pittsburgh at Bethel Park, and I would go sometimes. But then I just start sending the radio stuff, and then I just said I got to get the celebrities or anyone on camera because it just you develop that relationship that you can.
Right.
Now Jimmy knows who I look like. We are talking face to face, even though I'm staring
Yeah.
into a camera where I'm really not staring into Jimmy's eyes or Aaron's eyes. That's the challenge of Zoom.
Right,
You like
right,
you
right.
say, here's a camera here, here's a camera here. Well, I
Yeah.
can't do that. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah,
to stare
yeah,
at this
yeah,
little camera. They got to make it so I
yeah.
can do a 5 camera
Right,
shoot before if we're going to be stuck in pandemic mode forever. But
right.
Jimmy, what's the latest projects that you talked about? The 2 songs we played. What else is going on with you that people can check out and find out more about you? What can they do?
Everybody can download all the music. I got more music coming in May.
Spotify.
Huh?
Spotify.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
My music is everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music,
Yeah, because I
anywhere they
found you
stream.
on YouTube. That's where I
Yeah,
found you.
anywhere they stream and sell music, I'm there. You won't find Tears This Year on YouTube, but you'll find it on Spotify and all the other musical outlets. We haven't put it on YouTube yet.
That's
But
awesome.
there's a major there's a few major articles coming up and major magazines and things like that coming up, feature stories on the music and things like that. And I'm just looking forward to putting out more music this year. In May, finally release my album before this year is over. I'm gonna release 2 albums actually before this
Oh,
year is
you're
over.
fabulous.
You working
That's
hard,
great.
man.
He
That's
has
the
to. He says
brand.
you said how much? So how many years were you on death row for?
25.5 years on death row.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And
See,
now
because
the
Stefan's
grind is
doing all the
on.
research. I ask these questions as follow up. Not saying, yeah, I book it. I come up with the storyline and let my co-host ask these questions and do all the research, and I just show up. Hey, because I do so many interviews. I had Charlie
Right.
Ward on for Heisman Trophy winner. I just interviewed a second ago, and I got 2 more interviews tonight. So I'm as busy as you, Jimmy. It's borrowed time because I didn't get to start.
You more busier.
No, and it's my birthday today, so I'm
Happy
going out there.
birthday,
No,
man.
Yes,
thank
it
you.
is his birthday.
48 years old I am. So
Oh,
if you're
nice.
25 years, how old are you, Jimmy?
Uh,
He said, no. He doesn't want to give that up now. Come on. Yeah.
I'm
Come
50
on.
Oh
I'm
my
50.
God.
I'm
don't
2
look
years
50.
older than you. I'm
You're 50?
No,
There's
you don't
no
look 50.
way.
You do
There's
not
no,
look like 50 at
there's
all,
no.
man.
Hold on, Neil. Hold on. Let me be real. You know the black don't crack. You know what I'm saying?
50.
Besides my hairline, I'm just saying.
50.
Okay.
Hey, but
I'm
that's
50.
awesome, man. That is
And
awesome.
people
You
call
don't
me
look,
the White Shack sometimes with the you know.
you know,
That's
I'm
a
gonna tell
good
you this.
nickname.
I'm gonna tell you this. You do not look a day over 40. I'm
Oh
serious.
man, thank
No,
you,
that's
bro.
truly.
Like
I
I'm
wasn't
serious.
thinking
Thank
that.
you,
I
man.
didn't think that. I didn't think that at all. So
No,
that's great. And you don't act 50 either. So you
no.
know
Yeah,
that's
God is good.
It's the
Yeah,
music
that's a
though.
good.
It's the music. See, the music keeps us young. And I mean, you gotta
yeah,
admit that. It keeps us young and it makes us
yeah,
a little bit more relevant, you know what I'm saying, when we can drop a song.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That is awesome, man.
Well, Jimmy, so the best place we're going to check out all your music. We appreciate it, everyone. And thanks again for listening and watching the Stefan Devereaux celebrity segment. And guys, take care. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me,
All right,
Neil.
take
Thank
care,
you for
guys.
having me,
You're
Aaron.
Thank you,
appreciated.
man.
Appreciate
All right,
y'all.
guys, that was the
Thank
Stefan
you.
Devereaux celebrity segment. Take care.